Hey Gratitude Seeker, welcome to the month of August. Alright, so as we've been doing until now, the easiest way for us to remember what happened in the month of August is to use Facebook as a tool to help us remember the highlights of that particular month. So for this, once again, on a laptop, on a desktop computer, we will go on Facebook, on our personal profile, and when we scroll down a bit, we will see recent. We will select 2017. Afterwards, we will see all posts, and when we click on all posts, we will be able to select the month of August. Alright, perfect. So, in the month of August, I had the pleasure of being interviewed on a similar podcast as mine about gratitude. And the interesting thing for me was that it was from pretty far away. It was from the Philippines. And it was amazing for me because I had the honor to be on the first episode of the podcast, which I know is an important episode when it comes to podcasts. And I could pretty much feel the same kind of enthusiasm that I had when I first started out the Gratitude podcast. Another thing that I'm grateful about was the fact that I was able to complete the 100 days of gratitude reminders. So for 100 days, I was able to post a new episode about gratitude, about things that we can be grateful about. And at times it was challenging, but in a beautiful way, because it challenged me to find new things that I can be grateful for. And it was a really transformational experience for me, and it has been very much appreciated. Plus, I appreciate myself for being able to commit to an idea and to be able to actually do it and reach the goal of having 100 episodes about what we can be grateful for, which I can let people know about whenever they feel that they don't know what they could be grateful for. Another amazing thing about the month of August was the fact that I met Brett Robo. He is a coach for athletes, for Olympic athletes and for Paralympics. And it was very interesting for me to see how he perceives gratitude from a performer, from a sports person, and in the situation of high performance sports. And also the fact that I met America's most grateful man, as he's been called on the Daily Mail, I think. And the beautiful part about this encounter was that when I reached out to him after reading a lot of news coverage about him writing 1,825 thank you letters in a year, I found out, actually he told me that a friend of his knew about the podcast and actually told him that it would be great for him to be on the podcast. And for me it was an honor that someone from the States actually recommended him the podcast, and it was very beautiful that he already knew about the podcast and he already had somehow the intention of being a guest on the podcast before me even reaching out to him. So my blessings are really specific, especially to the podcast. But think about what are the serendipities, the synchronicities that have happened for you in August. What are those things that you really didn't expect that actually happened in August for you? Think about it. Also, what experiences did you have in August that you really enjoyed? And try to think about to remember the feelings that you felt. For instance, when we go on a vacation, we have all kinds of beautiful experiences, but when we come back, we get so much entangled in all of the daily tasks that we might forget about the beautiful experiences and the fact that they sustain us emotionally in life in general. So, what are those feelings? What are those things that happen then that you can appreciate and you can bring back into the present moment with a grateful heart? Think about 3 of them and write them down and add them to the list of blessings of 2017.